Hello friends, welcome back to the Art Room with Mr. Eck. Today is Career Day. We're going to be talking about some different art careers that are out there in the world. So as you're thinking about what you might like to do as an adult, I want you to have in mind all the many options that you have if you want to have a career that is creative and lets you use your creative abilities as your job. So there's a lot of options out there. When I was a senior in high school, going into college, I thought the only job for an art person was to be an artist, to be a professional artist where you drew or painted for a living, and I thought that was it. And then when I was picking my college courses, I was going to do something completely different, because while I loved to draw, I didn't think I didn't have the training or the skills enough to make a living doing that. So I was going to do something like be a lawyer or something, because I figured if I couldn't do art, I might as well make some money. Well, the college advisor said, well, if you like to draw so much, you should be a graphic designer. And I said, what's a graphic designer? I had no idea. So let me tell you a few things, different careers that you could learn more about, and maybe you will end up doing one of them. In fact, I have a special guest here who knows a lot about these things, and he's going to be taking over the seat for me. And please give a warm welcome to my friend, Mr. CoolEck. Mr. CoolEck, come on over. You can have this seat. Hey, thanks a lot, Mr. Eck, for inviting me back here. Hello, friends. Mr. CoolEck here. So I've been around the world a little bit in the world of art. I know a lot about the kinds of careers that you can have if you want a cool, creative career. And I've got some pretty sweet posters we're going to be looking at together. So let's go through them one by one. Number one, architect. Did you know that an architect has to do with art? It does. So basically, an architect designs buildings. But it's not just about the math and the supplies and all that stuff. It actually has to look good too. And that's where the architect comes in. It's like an engineer meets artist. Awesome. Very important job, and you get to wear a cool yellow helmet. Moving right along. What about a photographer? These days we've got cameras on our phones. It's crazy, right? It's crazy. So a lot of people that didn't know how to take photography in previous years are getting really good at it, and it's really fun. I love taking photos with my phone. So maybe you could be a photographer if you got really good at it, and people could pay you to take their picture. Awesome. What a great job. Here's one that might surprise you. Tattoo artist. That's right. Tattoos are art. It's permanent art on someone's skin. You gotta be awesome artist to do tattoo art. Pretty sweet. What about, maybe you love art history and you love dealing with famous art? Well, you could work at an art museum and maybe be an art curator. That means you get to take care of and choose the art that goes in your museum. Crazy, right? Awesome. I love the museum. Well, do you know that art can be used for therapy? People that have disabilities or have emotional trauma, they can use art to help them get through these things. And so you could be an art therapist. I think this would be a great job. It's a good way to be creative and do art while also helping people who are needing help. So yeah, it's a sweet job. This one, I don't have this skill. Interior designer. This is somebody who basically designs people's houses. Like when you buy a house and there's ugly wallpaper up and you don't know what color to paint the walls, you call an interior designer and they're like, hey, this needs to be this color tan, you need some gray over there, and you should probably do something about those weird bricks. So yeah, that's an interior designer. I just want to point out that this poster's kind of funny because I'm pretty sure this is like a yoga instructor. So anyway, I guess they couldn't find a good picture for an interior designer for this poster. It's okay. All right. What about clothing designer. Maybe you're really into fashion, and some artists like to draw fashion. Well, that's how we get new looking clothes. So that's awesome. You could be a fashion clothing designer. That is a job. If you love clothes and you love putting them together, make it look awesome, this is the job for you. Moving on. All right, so the job that Mr. Eck learned about when he went to college was a graphic designer. This is somebody who makes art on the computer. So it could be logos, it could be websites, it could be ads, all kinds of cool stuff. Posters, and you organize it, you design it in a program like Illustrator or Photoshop or InDesign, and then you send it to print, and it becomes real. It's awesome. Lots of graphic designer jobs out there. Or maybe you want to be an animator. You might work along with the graphic designers to make animated commercials or videos for the internet. Animator, awesome job. Talk about websites. You could be a web designer. Maybe you're really good at coding and you like to make things look awesome on the internet. Lots of jobs here. If you're awesome at coding, you're gonna get a great job. It's gonna be sweet. All right, we just got a couple more here. If you do graphic design long enough, you get to kind of climb that ladder. You get to be like the head graphic designer. We call that an art director or creative director. This is pretty cool. I've done a little bit of this myself in the advertising world. It's pretty great because not only do you get to still design, but you get to be in charge of the designers and you get to tell them what looks good and what doesn't. It's pretty awesome. All right, one more. This one's very important. We definitely need these in the world, and that is an art teacher like me and Mr. Eck. I have a cool art class over in Cool World, and Mr. Eck has his art class here in Houston, Texas. Art teachers teach the artists of the future, so it's one of the very most important art careers. Well, I hope that gave you some things to think about. That is not a comprehensive list. There's more art careers out there, but I just want to give you a heads up that there are many options to choose from if you want a creative career in the arts. So I hope that gave you something to think about, and I'm going to go ahead and close out this video for Mr. Eck. I'll catch you guys on the flip side.